or in the practice? Yeah, you're still allowed to do one-on-one in the practice.
Yeah.
Oh, Mike.
Hello, I'm trying to get my audio to work. Can you hear me all right?
Yeah.
Okay. My earphones are playing up a little bit.
Your earphones are playing. Don't push it in any way. Yeah, if you feel like you've got a good control of the movement and you'd like to progress the movement, definitely take the practice. We need to challenge our bodies. And if it feels like maybe we need a couple of more sessions before we gain the control over the movement, then stay with the easier level of the exercises just for today. I'm just going to wait for Mike's final okay, and then we'll hit it off.
Back. Right, I can't get my earphones to work, so I've just put it on quiet and we're all good to go.
We're good to go? All right, let's go, guys. So we'll start in standing. All right, I might just change my view as well so I can see those coming off. Everyone, all right, so let's start standing. We'll start with our feet hip width distance, and let's just roll our shoulders a few times, just walking up, roll up of the shoulders and shoulder blades. Good. Nice. Few big rolls of the shoulders. Let's go forward now with those shoulders. All right, and then rest them down. And now let's go with our feet out wide and turn your feet out a little bit. Go a little further back. Now I'd like you to bend your right knee, put your hand on the hip. And then we're going to bend sideways and let the left hand slide up the side of the body. Look at the hand here. And now look to the front and reach with your arm over your head. Relax this bottom shoulder here. And then take a breath in, and with a breath out, we'll come up. And place your left hand on the hip, bend up the knee. We start bending sideways. Let the hand slide up the side of the body. Look at the hand here. And then look ahead and just stretch over your head. Relax that bottom shoulder there. Good, and then coming up. We'll do that one more time. Nice big opening to the side. Right hand on the hip, and then bending to the side. Slide the left hand. Look at the hand up here. Relax the bottom shoulder. And now look ahead and big stretch over your ear with that arm. And coming up, and we'll do the other side. Left hand goes on the hip. We'll bend to the side. Right hand slides up the side of the body. Look at the hand. And then look ahead and big stretch to the side. Good, and then coming up. All right, I'd like you to intertwine your fingers. I'm going to change my view to you. So intertwine your fingers and press your palms forwards. And now I'd like you to round in your shoulders and your shoulder blades and push those palms forwards. And then bring the shoulder blades gently together. Good, and then push those palms forwards again, rounding in your shoulder blades. And then bring the shoulder blades together. Good, let's do that again, pushing your palms forwards. And then bring the shoulder blades together. And one last time, pushing those palms forward. And then from here, take a breath in, reach up, look up. And then stretch out to the sides. All right, good. And then just facing forwards again. I'd like to do a little posture check here with you. So go with your feet hip width distance. And then just relax your body into tall standing posture. And I'd like you to sway your body forwards onto your toes, but without lifting your heels, and then onto your heels, but without lifting the toes. So just a little posture sways going forwards and back. I'm just going to change my view to you again, just so you can see better what we're doing. So going forwards on the toes, and then onto the heels. And on the toes again, and then the heels. And now I'd like you to make that movement smaller and smaller until we settle right in the center. And your weight should be distributed between 3 points on each of your feet. So it's the balls of the big toe and the balls of the little toe and the center of your heel. And now let's check our knees. We shouldn't have our knees locked back. They should be straight but soft. And now place your hands on your pelvis, and we're going to rock the pelvis forwards and back a couple of times. You can really exaggerate these movements if there's no issues in your lower back, just so that you can get an awareness of where the pelvis is in space, rocking it forwards and back. And now just settling the pelvis in the center there. between those two extreme movements. If you find your hip bones here right at the front of you, the fronts of your hip bones, think about them like headlights. The headlights shouldn't be pointed downwards. They also shouldn't be pointed upwards. They should be pointed straight ahead. Now coming to our ribs, if you imagine a torchlight in the center of your breastbone, also here the torchlight shouldn't be pointed downwards, which happens when we're in a slouched position. And it shouldn't be pointed upwards either. When we're proud-chested, that's what tends to happen. It should be pointed straight ahead. So beaming your light straight ahead. And then let's go wide across those collarbones. And we want to do a little chin nod and grow tall through the back of the neck and the crown of our head. All right, let's focus on the breathing for a moment. You can place your hands on the sides of your rib cage, and I'd like you to take a breath in into those hands, into the lower part of the ribs. Taking a breath in, expanding the ribs out to the sides and then a little bit into your back as well. And another breath in, expanding the ribs out to the sides and into your back. And what we don't want to do is to elevate the shoulders or the upper chest. So there shouldn't be any tension in the shoulders or the upper chest. All right, good. And now let's bring our awareness down to our pelvis and the core muscles. We'll just do a quick rundown of what the core muscles are and how to engage them. So our deep tummy muscles or deep core muscles, if you think about your headlights here at the fronts of your hips, if you just slide your fingertips in a little bit and then think about bringing those two hip bones a little bit closer together with your muscles, you'll feel a little tightening here of this band, this lower tummy band here. And that's your core muscles coming on. And then there is another cue that's quite useful, and that's the pelvic floor muscles cue. And the pelvic floor muscles are those ones that sit right at the bottom of our pelvis. And if you think about just gently drawing those muscles up, that will bring the core muscles on just a little bit more for you. All right, now from here, let's go a little bit wider with our feet. And we'll start with some warm-up squats. So with that lower tummy band slightly on, I'd like you to just take a squat down and you can let your arms swing forwards as you do that. Good. Now here, there are a couple of watch points. We want to make sure that the toes are still visible as you squat down. So your knees stay behind your toes and bottom goes backwards as you squat. Also, the knees should be pointed over your second or your third toe. So we don't want to roll the knees in. That's what we don't want it to happen. And we also want to keep our spine nice and lengthened in what we call the neutral position. Let's go for another 5 squats. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1 more. All right, and now we go to what we call a running man. So I'd like you to take a slight, well, just with your feet hip width distance, but a slight squat position, and then transfer your weight onto your right foot, extend your left leg behind you, and then let's bring the feet together. So tapping your feet together, step back, together, step back, together, step back, together, and keep going. And here what we want to make sure of is that our hips are centered and level. And of course, this knee is staying pointed over the second or the third toe. All right, good. Let's do another 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll do the other side. So transferring your weight onto the left, stretch the right back, and then tap your feet together and tap out. And together and out. Keep going. Keep your breath going. You want to go wide across the collarbones, keeping your hips level and square. Great. Keep tapping. We'll go for another 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. All right, we'll go to the first leg, and this time we're going to add on. So the progression is this. We can kick the knee up and tap down. Kick up, tap down. We can add arms. It's the opposite arm to the opposite knee. Here we go. Let's do a few more here. We're just warming up here. Speeding it up a little bit. Good. If you feel nice and steady on this right leg, you don't have to put your toes down. We can just hover the leg in the air. Keep going. And we'll do another 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, let's do the other side. So weight is on your left, step back, and then kick the knee up, back and up. Good. And in the arms now. That's it. Keep going. Keeping the hips nice and square. Check that this knee hasn't rolled in or out for that matter. Good. See if you can hover the leg in the air. Nice work. And let's go for another 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, and then standing up. Good. Shake those legs a little bit. Now we're going to do our balancing stuff. So, grow nice and tall. We're going to put our weight onto the right leg. So I'd like you to draw in that lower tummy here a little bit. And then squeeze your right glute. And we're going to peel the left foot off the ground and lift up the knee. That's it, grow nice and tall. Good. So just balancing here on that one leg. Making sure that this knee is not locked back. There is softness in the knee. But you're nice and tall. All right. Right arm goes up. Lower down. Left arm goes up. Lower down. Now let's go up with both arms. Good. Keep the foot up, but lower your arms down. And I'd like you to look to the left, turn your head if you can. Can we keep steady? And look ahead. Ooh, and then look to the right and turn your head. And look ahead. Good work. And then lower down. Shake those legs. Let's do the other side. So standing on your left, drawing the tummy. There needs to be a little bit of energy in the glute here as well. That supports us in standing, especially on the one leg. And let's lift up the right knee. Grow nice and tall. Good. Relax the shoulders. And now we're going to float the left arm up and lower it down. Right arm goes up. Lower it down. Both arms go up. Good. Lower your arms down. Stay with the leg up. We're going to look to the right. Turn your head. And look ahead. Look to the other side. Turn your head. Good. Look ahead. And relax down. Well done, guys. Shake those hips. We'll do a little clams exercise in standing. So what I'd like you to do is to lift up just the heel of your left foot. Just the heel goes up, so the knee's bent. And then here we want to keep the hips square. And I'd like you to just rotate this knee out. And then point it forwards. Out and forwards. Now, what we don't want it to happen is that the hip travels to the opposite side as the knee goes out. So we want to keep nice and tall and steady and square. That's it. Let's do a few more movements here. Now you should feel that this part here at the front of your hip here is nice and soft, and the movement is coming from the hip area. So lift up your right heel, grow nice and tall, square hips, and let's move the knee out. Good, just a little climb movement here. And again, think about initiating the movement with the muscles around your hips here, the fronts of the hips right here in that hip crease, that should be nice and soft. Great. And then try not to push this hip out here to the left. You want to grow nice and tall from that hip. Good, 2 more there, and then we'll add on. Okay, so now we're going to bring this left foot up, put it against your calf muscle. So not all the way to the knee, but against your calf, just down here. And we'll do the same exercise, growing nice and tall, point the knee forwards, and then turn it out. So this should feel just a little bit harder than the previous exercise because we have balancing on the one leg. And also this glute muscle needs to work a little harder. Great, let's do another 4 repetitions here. 1, 2, 3, growing nice and tall, but relax the shoulders. And let's swap sides. So putting your right foot against your calf muscle. Growing nice and tall. Lift up here from this left hip, keeping your hips squared to the front. And then we'll move the knee forwards and back. Great, keep going. That's it. If you ever need to put your foot down because you're losing balance, that's okay. Regain your balance and jump on with us again. Nice work. Let's do another 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, shake those hips again. All right, we're going to do a little routine. I'll show you the routine first, then I'll show you modification, and then we'll do it together. We'll go into a little chair pose, like this. And then from the chair pose, without putting a foot down, we'll go into a little rocket pose. And then from there, we can take it to a Superman, like this. And then back into the chair pose and standing up. Now, if your knees don't like this, or your hips for that matter, instead of doing a chair, just lift the knee up. And then we'll go into rocket and also a Superman. So I'd like you to choose your version for today, and let's go ahead. I'll demonstrate the chair. So bring the knee up, bring the leg up rather. And then we're going to go into this little chair position here. Good, and you'll feel a stretch on the glute muscle on the left side. Good. Now from here, try without putting your foot down, but if you need to, that's okay too. But we're going to take the leg off, go into this little rocket position. Now I'd like you to really pull that back heel backwards and creating this tension in the back of the leg. Think about growing a little bit taller and pulling forwards and upwards with the crown of your head. Now with your arms, go along the sides of your body and show me your palms. So palms to the front. Now from here, if we can, let's see if we can hinge forwards a bit more. I need to bend my leg because I don't have enough space behind me. And then arms can go along the sides of the body into our Superman. Good work. And then from here, we'll come up, either bringing the knee up or going into a chair. Nice work. Let's do the same on the other side. All right. So getting this left hip ready, tummy on, grow tall. Let's cross the ankle on your thigh. And then we'll go into a chair position. That's it. Keep breathing, don't hold your breath with any of your exercises. You want to gently have the core muscles switched on. So this little band of your lower tummy. All right, let's take the leg back. We'll go into a rocket. Reach with that back heel backwards. Crown of the head goes forwards and upwards. Open wide across your collarbones. Palms forwards and reach with your fingertips to the back heel. That's it, and breathe. And let's go into our Superman. That's it, hinging forwards. Arms can go high to the sides. Beautiful. All right, and coming up, crossing the leg into the chair position. Well done, guys. And then relax. All right, take the hips again. All right, let's change our focus a little bit to the upper body, shoulders and upper back strength. So the movement it's this to begin with. So I'd like you to bend your elbows and palms up, pointed forward, upwards, as if you were holding onto a tray. So look like this. And then from here, I'd just like you to open your arms out, so rotating out and then forwards. Out and forwards. So it's just a little warm up. If you feel a little stretch across the collarbones or across your chest, that's okay. That's quite normal. And especially now we're sitting at the desk so much, not traveling very much, we get tired across those chest muscles. All right. Now we're going to add resistance to this, and gravity is going to help us. So let's take care of our position of our lower body. I'd like you to go with your left foot forwards and right leg is back behind you. Hips are squared forwards, and I'd like you to bend this front knee here. I'll go sideways view. So you kind of, it's like a half or quarter lunge. And I'd really like you to have your weight into the heel of this front leg here. So not the toes, we don't want to go with the knee over the toes, but we want to stay in the heel. Now you can hinge forwards just a little bit more. And then we'll do that same exercise with our arms, but this time the palms will be facing each other. And then from here, just go a little bit wider across the collarbones, but trickle your shoulder blades down towards the back of the pelvis. And then we're going to open those arms out and then turn them forwards. And then go out and forwards. So you should feel just a little bit more work now between your shoulder blades in this position. If you'd like to work still a little bit harder, if you've got a TheraBand, like a strength band, you can grab it and that will add more resistance here. Another way to make this a little bit more difficult is to lean forwards just a little bit more from your hips. Now, at the same time, you want to make sure that the kneecap is pointed over your second toe. Don't let those knees go inwards. Let's do another 2 movements here. 1 and 2. Good. We're going to swap legs now, because we need to do this symmetrically. So same stance, plant the front heel into the ground. It's a small lunge forward. Hinge forwards from your hips. This time we'll go arms along the sides of the body, palms are facing forward. Reach with your fingertips to that back heel. And we're just going to lift those arms up a little bit more and then lower them down to your midlines. And then go up and lower them down. So here you want to think about trickling your shoulder blades towards the back of the pelvis or reach with your fingers to the back heel. You should again feel some work with shoulder blades, maybe a little bit in your mid back and upper back, but there shouldn't be any tension up here. Keep going, we'll go for another 4. 1, 2, good work, 3, and 4. All right, roll the shoulders. We'll continue here a little bit longer. So go to that first stance. So left foot goes forwards, plant the heel into the ground, check that the knee is hovering where the second toe is, keeping your hips square. Now this time we're going to bend the elbows again, but we're going to bring our arms up into this W, or maybe almost even an L-shaped position if that's on your shoulders. So either a W if it's a little bit easier. If it's okay for you, we'll go into an L. Keep the shoulders drawn down. And then from here, reach out with your left arm. Try not to let the shoulder come up with the arm. And then bend down. Let's go to the other side. And then bend. Good. Keep drawing the shoulder blades down to the back of your pelvis as you reach with your arm. Good. Keep going, alternating side to side. To make it a little bit harder, you can reach up a little bit more. That's it, more work now there in your shoulders. Good work. Now I'd like you to bring your awareness a little bit into your lower tummy. So we want to have that little band, or the band of that lower tummy switched on. Good work. Let's do 1 more either side, then we'll swap legs. 1 and 2. Good. Shake those arms, roll the shoulders. Let's swap sides. So planting the front heel to the ground. Knee is going over the middle of your foot. Square hips, drawing the tummy, hinge forwards a little bit, arms in a W or an L. We'll go now with both arms at the same time. Relax the shoulders down first of all, and then let's reach out. That's it. Good. Nice work. You should be now feeling the work between your shoulder blades. Keep relaxing the shoulders away from your ears. Good. Then we go a little bit more up with those arms. Make it a little bit harder. Good work. Let's do another 4 here. 1, 3. Last one. Beautiful. Roll those shoulders. All right, guys, we're going to go down onto the ground. So if you'd like to take a sip of water, change your cameras in any way so your neck doesn't hurt to go down. I need to read for you. Give me 1 second. All right, I'll have a sip of water myself. Okay, and we're going to lie down on the ground. So if you've got a towel that you'd like to put under your head and neck, let's do that. Good. And just lying down on your knees. We want to have our legs and our knees and the feet hip distance. Good. All right. And so just settle down here. That's it. Now, I'd like you to put your hands on your pelvis here and that we did in standing. So I'd like you to roll your pelvis forwards and back Again, only go to the range that feels comfortable on your lower back. So if it feels nice and free, you can really exaggerate the movement. But if there are any restrictions or any achiness, make it a little bit smaller for today. Okay, so this is just to bring the awareness in those lower, the pelvis muscles really, or rather the pelvis area. And now I'd like you to just settle your pelvis in your neutral position, so between those two extreme positions. There should be a tiny little gap here in the lower back. Shouldn't be exaggerated. We want to keep the ribs lowered down and just resting the ribs down. Relax the shoulders, and also I'd like you to relax your neck. And now bringing your awareness to the band of that lower tummy area, I'd like you to just gently tighten that band, bringing your two hip bones or two headlights a little bit closer to each other. And from here, taking a breath in, and with a breath out, we'll bring the left leg up into the air. That's it. Take a breath in on top. With a breath out, we'll lower the leg down. Breath in, breath out, the other leg comes up. And then take a breath in, and with a breath out, the leg goes down. So keep going side to side. And I'll just run you through a few watch points. So this exercise, even though we're moving the legs, it's really for the lower tummy strength and our pelvis and the lower back stability. So you should be thinking about your pelvis like an anchor. The pelvis is really anchoring, and there shouldn't be any jolting in the shoulders. Sometimes that happens when we lift the leg up, the opposite shoulder jolts up. So I'd like you to really be mindful of bringing the power into your tummy and leaving those shoulders on the. All right, if this feels really nice and easy for your lower back and shoulders and your neck, let's go on. So bring one leg up, and we'll bring the other leg up. All right, so now we're using more stomach muscles here. Let's tap the left toes down and bring the leg up. And then we'll do the other leg, tap and bring it up. So keep going, we'll alternate here. To make it just a little bit more challenging, we can bring the arms up towards the ceiling. So we're really making sure that we're not relying on our arms, but here we use the core muscles. That's it, keep going, keep your breath going. Keep drawing the lower tummy in just a little bit. We want to firm up that area to support our lower back. And let's do one more repetition, one either side. 1 and 2. Good. And then let's float the arms down, the right leg goes down, and the left leg goes down. All right. We are going to do one more exercise in here. We'll do scissors. So what happens here, we're going to bring one leg up. We'll take a breath in, and with the breath out, we'll swap the legs. So take a breath in, and with the breath out, we'll swap legs. Breath in, breath out, and swap. Breath in, breath out to swap. That's it. Breath in, breath out to swap. Keep going, breath in, breath out to swap. Breath in, breath out to swap. Breath in, breath out to swap. We'll go again, breath in, breath out to swap. Breath in, breath out to swap. And one last swap, breath in, breath out to swap, and relax down. All right, here you can stretch your legs, stretch your arms. Now you might find that the hip flexors here at the front of your hips in this hip crease got some work. So from the next exercise, we're going to change it to butt lifts or shoulder bridges. I'd like you to take your towels away from under your head. So if you've got any bulky towels or cushions under your head, please flatten that area under your neck. Bend up your knees again. And then here, I'd like you to press your heels into the ground. Squeeze the glutes. Tuck your pelvis under or flatten your lower back into the ground and lift up your pelvis only about a fist height to begin with. So just fist height, not any more higher, sorry. Okay, and then relax the lower back and relax your ribs in here. And then take a breath in, and with a breath out, lower the pelvis down and relax everything down. All right, squeeze the glutes, push the heels into the ground and lift up just about the fist height again. And then take a breath in, and with a breath out, we'll lower the pelvis down. All right, on the next repetition, let's go a little bit higher. So squeeze the glutes, push the heels down. Let's lift up a little bit more. Good. I really want you to make sure here that all of your power is coming from your glutes and your ribs and your lower back are as relaxed as you can have them. The lower back will always work in this position, but it comes on secondary, so we really want to make sure that all of the power is coming from the glutes. And then lower down. Good. Breath in, breath out. Squeeze the glutes. Let's come up just a little bit higher. You might feel that you're getting a stretch through the fronts of your thighs and the hips as well. And then lower down. Let's go again. Squeeze the glutes. Tuck the pelvis under, peeling off bit by bit. A little bit higher still. Relax the shoulders. Breath in, breath out to lower down. Let's go again. Push the heels down into the ground. Tuck your pelvis under, squeeze the glutes. Let's lift up. Let's double check in here that the lower back is not overdoing anything. Relax the ribs, relax the shoulders and the neck. Breath in, breath out to lower down. Let's do another 2 repetitions here. Squeeze the glutes. Let's come up. Good. Breath in, breath out to lower down. Let's go for 1 more rep. Squeeze the glutes, tuck your pelvis under, heel up. Good. Take a breath in on top. Breath out to lower down. All right, nice. Okay, let's change it up a little bit. We'll go for our cleanse series. So I'd like you to lie down on one side. It doesn't matter which side, we'll do both. So lying down on one side, and we'll break up the exercises with a little stretch. So we all, and it's the open book stretch. So I'd like you to first of all bring your knees right in front of your hips here. So knees right in front of your hips. And I'd like you to start with your hands either side of your head. So your elbows out bent. And you can think about your elbows like the covers of a book. Now here, I'd like you to take a breath in. And with the breath out, open up that top cover and let the elbow gently fall backwards. And you follow with your head and neck the movement of your elbow. So look to that back elbow there. Try not to overturn your head or your neck. Breath in, breath out to close the covers of your book. That's it. Good. And then take another breath in. With the breath out, we open up. And here, if you'd like to add on a little bit more to that stretch, you can outstretch that back arm. That's it. And stay here for a moment. Enjoy that stretch. Enjoy the twist through the spine. And then on the way back, you can sweep that arm here over your ear. That's it. And then placing the hand again on the side of the head. All right, let's go again. Breath in, breath out to open up. You can stretch the arm if you need this stretch. You'll deepen the whole movement. And then sweeping the arm over your ear. Good. And then placing the hand on the side of the head. And we'll do 1 more repetition here. Open up. Good. You might find that with each movement, you can go just a little bit deeper into that stretch. And that's the goal of our stretch. Open up that arm, stretch your arm, and then sweep it over the shoulder, over the ear rather, and then placing the hand on the side of your head. All right, from here we'll stay on this side and we'll move on to our cleanse series. So now I'd like you to move your knees down a little bit. If you check your heels, they should be roughly in the line with your sitting bones. Now from here, I'd like you to lift up your waist. So we want to have our hips on top of each other. We don't want to collapse the spine down. So check that your waist is lifted. Relax the shoulders. And then here, I'd like you to just press your heels into one another. And from there, lift up the top knee. So we're just lifting the top knee and then lowering it down. It's the very same movement that we did at the beginning in standing. So it's just to lift and lower up the knee. Now here what I'd like you to do is just be mindful, not rolling backwards. So we want to, if anything, I'd like you to point your body forwards just a little bit more, or roll your body forwards as if you were looking over a fence. Keep squeezing the heels into one another, and you should really feel that the work is happening from around the hip, the side or the back of the hip. There shouldn't be much work happening at the front. or tension rather at the front. You should really feel the side of the hip. Good, let's go for another 4 repetitions here. 1, check that the waist hasn't collapsed. 2, relax your shoulders. Keep breathing. 3, and one last one. We'll stay on this same side. We're going to change the exercise a little. Now I'd like you to lift up your knee and the foot. So the leg is hovering in the air. It's in line with your hip. So it's as if it was resting on a tabletop. And now I'd like you to polish the tabletop by bringing the leg forwards and then back. That's it. Keep swinging the leg forwards and then back. It's a nice controlled movement. Just moving the leg forwards and backwards. Movement is coming from your hip. Check that your lower back is not arching, especially as you bring the leg back. That's it. Going forwards and back. Let's do 4 more swings forwards and backwards. So that was 1, 2, relax your shoulders, keep your breath going. 3, 1 more. 4. Beautiful. All right, let's rest the leg down. Now I'd like you to straighten the bottom leg. So it's the bottom leg that straightens, and this top foot is going to hook over that bottom knee, just like that. So the top foot is hooked over the bottom knee and the bottom leg is straight. Now here, lift up the waist again, and we're going to lift up this, this top knee once more into our cleanse position. So bringing the knee up and then lowering it down. So this is a harder version of our clan. If there is any tension or pulling on the lower back here, I'd like you to go to our first variation of the clan, where you have both knees bent and heels on top of each other. But if you can go with this, I'd like you to do the full range of this movement. So bringing your knee all the way down to the ground and then lifting it up. That's it. You should now really feel some work happening on the side of the hip. Let's go for another 4 repetitions. 1. Good. Keep breathing. Tummy on. 2, 3. Last one. Okay, let's just rest the knee down here. You can bash that glute. Did good work for us there. Nice. All right, let's swivel onto the other side, and we'll start with our open book stretch and other things. For this, you want to have your knees right in front of your hips and on top of each other. Hands go up, and with the breath out, open up the top elbow and rotate backwards. Look in that direction of that back elbow. And then take a breath in, and with the breath out, close your covers of the book. Good, and let's go again. Breath in, breath out to open up. Here you can stretch the heel. And then if you've got space and it feels nice for you, you can keep the arm over here. Come to the side position and turn your hand on the side of the head. Let's go again. With the breath out, we open up, stretch your arm, sweep the arm around, and then placing it on the side of your head. Let's go again. Open up. Don't force your body into any of these movements. You just want your body to relax and gently fall into that movement and into the range that feels good for it. Let's do 1 more repetition. Open up. Stretch your arm. And then sweeping it over your ear on your way back. All right, good. Let's set up for our clams. So bringing those knees down a little bit more. Heels are in line with your sitting bones. Lift up your waist here. Check that the shoulders are relaxed and then your head and neck are nicely supported, so there is no tension in those areas. Draw in the lower tummy, squeeze the heels together, and let's lift up the knee and lower down. So keep going. Try not to roll backwards with the movement. If anything, I'll encourage you to roll forwards as if you were looking over a fence. Good. Keep pressing the heels into one another. And think about lifting the knee from your butt muscles here, from the side butts, we call them. Rotating the knee, lifting it up and down. Good. Keep your breath going. Relax your shoulders. Bring your awareness to your lower tummy muscles as well. Try not to collapse into your waist. Let's do another 4 repetitions here. 1, 2, 3, and 1 more. Good work. All right. Now, let's just make sure that we haven't lost that little gap underneath our waist. Lift up that top knee and also the foot. So now the leg is hovering in the air and it's lined with your hip. Okay, let's bring the knee forwards and then back. Swinging the whole leg forwards and backwards. That's it. Good. Try not to arch in your lower back as you bring the leg backwards. So the upper body is nice and still. It's really just the leg that's swinging from its hip. It's the hip that's moving. Good work. You should start feeling the work here on the side of your hip again. Just a little different area to the clams. Keep going. We'll do 4 more movements. 1. Keep breathing. 2. 3. And 1 last one. All right, and then relax down. Now, if you took the progression of the clam on the other side, let's do it here too. So you're going to straighten the bottom leg. The top foot just is resting on the bottom knee, and the top knee is resting in front of you. All right, from here, squeeze the glute, and let's lift up the knee and lower down. So again, it is a harder version of the clams exercise to the first clams we did. And if it feels a little too out of control or just a little too heavy today, please go with that first version of our clams where you have your heels on top of each other. Good. Keep going. Relax the shoulders. Keep breathing. Drawing the lower tummy maybe just a little bit more here for more stability. Nice work. We'll go for another 4 movements here. 1, 2, good, 3, last one, 4. Okay, good. Rest the knee here in front of you, form a fist with your hand, and you can give that glute a nice little tenderizing little bash. All right, let's go onto our back, and we're going to stretch those glutes. Good. So let's bring the right leg, cross it on the left thigh, and now here thread your arms in through the gap, hug the thigh, and then bring your knees towards your chest. Now I'd like you to really relax your shoulders and your neck. I can't quite see everyone, but try not to stay in this position. If you feel like you can't really relax your neck and head, you can use the wall or a sofa where you just put one foot on the furniture on the wall and the other leg crosses over, and this way you can relax your neck and shoulders. All right, stay here for just a little bit longer. I'd like you to just very gently, so we've got our right leg up, I'd like you to gently bring your knees to your left side. So if your right leg is up, bring your knees to your left side, and that should have changed the stretch just a little bit for you. All right, now relax the stretch. Let's do the other side. So crossing your left leg over the thigh, hug the thigh here into your chest. You can use the wall or the sofa if you need it. You can even hug the shin if you can reach down there to deepen your stretch. And then from here, if you've got that left leg up, left leg crossed, bring your knees to your right side for a slightly deeper stretch. Great. Nice, and then relax down. Okay, let's go on to hands and knees now. So you're gonna need your towel. You just need your mat, that's all, even just the ground will do. So we want to go onto our hands and knees. So here the knees are right underneath our hips. Hands are under the shoulders or a little bit forwards as well. So there's a little room to play here as to where your shoulders are, where your arms are. If there is any issues with the wrists here in this position, you can form a fist and go onto your fist. Or if you've got those towels here near you, you can have a rolled up towel and put just the wrist on the towel, and then your fingers will be resting on the ground. So it takes a little bit of pressure off those wrists. So I'd like you to make your wrists comfortable, and let's do the exercise here. We'll start with the leg slide. But just before we do that, let's just warm up into the shoulders just a little bit here and bring the awareness to our shoulders as well, because this exercise is important for shoulder stability. So I'd like you to keep your elbows straight, and let's dip your chest down towards the ground and pinch the shoulder blades together. And then from here, press the breastbone upwards and separate your shoulder blades. You can even round into a bit of like a cat stretch here. And then let the breastbone dip down, bring the shoulder blades together, and then push the breastbone upwards and round in your shoulders. And here you can even round in your whole spine. Okay, coming back to neutral, let the breastbone dip down towards the ground, keeping your elbows straight, it's not a push-up. And then bring your breastbone up and round in your upper back. You can even round the whole spine. And let's do this one more time, strengthening the spine, coming through to neutral, and then let's dip the breastbone downwards, pinch the shoulder blades together, and then bring the breastbone up, round in the shoulders and in your spine. And then from here, we're just going to find the neutral position of our spine. So breastbone is slightly lifted, then there should be a tiny little gap here in the lower back, but the ribs should be slightly lifted also. So we don't want to let the belly flop down. That wouldn't be a good position for our spine. It's a nice, strong, neutral position of the spine. Little chin nod and length. We want to create that length through the back of our neck. Now from here, draw in that lower tummy bend, and then slide the right leg out, and then we slide it back in, return the knee underneath us. Let's slide the left leg and bring the knee underneath. So here we'll go side to side. This is a nice warm-up exercise to this position. I'd like you to be mindful of not wriggling your bottom side to side. So we don't want it to sort of look like this, where we transfer the weight too far. I'm exaggerating here, side to side. You want to think about having walls either side of your pelvis, and those walls are not letting you shift your weight side to side. So here you need to use your core muscles more to achieve that stability. All right, let's start lifting that leg. So slide the right leg out and then lift it up into the air. Good. Try not to lose your belly down. So lift up your breastbone a little bit and your ribs. Lower the leg down. Let's go on the left. Slide the left leg out and then bring it up. Good work. Try not to lose your head down either. Let's go on the right side. Right leg goes out. Let's bring it up. Lift up the breastbone, long through the neck. Don't lose your head down. Lower the leg down. Let's go on the left leg. Lift the leg up. Great. Lower it down. We'll do that one more time either side. Right leg goes out and it goes up and lower down. And then left leg goes out and then up. Good. And then lower down. All right, let's go with your knees just a little bit wider, and we'll do a quick shell stretch. Then we're going to add on here. So quick break. You can leave your bottom up in the air if your knees don't like to be kneeling that low. Good. So coming onto your hands and knees again. Now, if that was just enough of a challenge for you, I'd like you to stay with that same level. If you'd like to add on here, we're going to add on the opposite arm to our movement. So right leg goes out and up. And now the left arm goes forwards. I'd like you to draw the shoulder blades towards the back of the pelvis here again. And then lower everything down. Let's go with the left leg. Left leg goes out and then up. Lift up the breastbone a little bit, lift up your head, reach with your right arm forwards, but keep drawing the shoulder blade back towards your pelvis. And then lower down. All right, let's go again. We're going to go for endurance now. So leg lifts up, arm lifts up, and hold here but breathe. We're going to hold for another 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower down. All right, left leg goes out and up, and right arm reaches forwards. Draw the shoulder blade back, lift up the breastbone, draw in the tummy, and let's hold for another 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and lower down. Let's go again on the right leg, left arm. Good. Reach down forwards, but reach the shoulder blades towards the back of the pelvis. Draw in the tummy, breathe, lift up your breastbone, and stay here for another 3, 2, 1, and lower down. Let's do the other side. Slide the leg out, lift it up, arm goes forwards, hold for another 4, 3, 2, 1, and lower down. Let's do a quick shell stretch, and we'll do one more exercise, and then we'll do some more stretching. Okay, good. So this next exercise is going to be on hands and knees again, more tummy work. So again, if you found today that the previous 2 versions were just enough of a challenge for you, I'd like you to stay with that. Or if you'd like to take this progression, this is what we'll do. Curl your toes under, and then the goal is going to be to lift up the knees off the ground. So imagine having 30 kilo or scales underneath your knees, and they show 30 kilos. And I'd like you to now take 10 kilos off of those scales. So here the shoulders are working harder, the trunk is working harder. Let's see if you can take another 10 kilos off of those scales. My knees are still on the ground, but they are weighing a lot less now. They're not pressing down so hard. And now if you can take another 10 kilos off, now my knees are hovering off the ground. And let's see if you can hold here for 4, 3, 2, 1, and lower down. All right, let's see if you can do this again. So, lift up the breastbone, little chin nod, shoulders away from those ears, draw in the tummy. Let's take 10 kilos off of our scales. Let's take another 10 kilos off. Can we take the whole 30 kilos off? And if we can't today, that's okay too. But if we can, let's do it and hold for 4, 3, 2, 1, and lower down. All right, let's do this twice more. So taking the 10 kilos off, 20 and 30, and holding here. Breathe, 4, 3, 2, 1, lower down. And here, one more repetition. Reset the shoulders, drawing the tummy. Taking 10 kilos off of your scales. Another 10. And hovering the knees now. And hold for 4, 3, 2, 1, and lower down. Good work. Let's do thread the needle after this. So I'd like you to take your left arm, go under the shoulder, palm up. Little rotation with that movement, and then press the back of the hand down into the ground, and I'd like you to arch up between your shoulder blades, kind of like a cat stretch. So you should really feel a stretch around the left shoulder blade. Good, and hold it here for a moment. Nice. Let's release that side. Taking your right arm, thread it under the shoulder, palm up, press the back of the hand down into the ground, and then push up between your shoulder blades, like a cat stretch. You should feel a stretch around the shoulder blade area. And hold and breathe. Good, and then release. All right, we're going to stay in this position. I'd like you to reach your arms forwards, both of them. Both arms reach forwards. Let your chest dip down towards the ground. You can leave your bottom high for this one. Great. And then from here, I'd like you to move your right arm out. So right arm to the right side. Then take your left hand and put it on top of your right hand. And then gently press into the left shoulder here for an increased side stretch. All right, now let's walk those hands to the left side. So left hand to the left side, right hand goes on top of it. And then gently press into your right shoulder now. That's it. Beautiful. All right, staying on our knees, let's bring the right foot forwards into a high kneeling position, hip flexor stretch. So here I'd like you to tuck your pelvis under, so really making sure that the pelvis is tucked under and your ribs are staying right above your pelvis. Then I'd like you to shift the weight forwards. Then from here, you can bring the left arm up and gently bend sideways. That's it. Think about growing tall as you're bending sideways. And what we want to avoid is any arching of the back that will take away from the stretch, and it's not such a nice position for the lower back. So keeping your pelvis tucked under as we do this stretch for our hip flexors. That's it. All right, coming up, we'll do the other side. Okay, so left foot goes forwards, tuck your pelvis under, and shifting your weight forwards now. Keeping your ribs right above your pelvis. Don't let your lower back arch. Keep tucking the pelvis under here. You should feel the stretch here at the front of your hip. Then you can add on your right arm and going over. Think growing tall as you bend sideways and breathe with the stretch. Great. All right, nice and relaxed. Let's lie down for a couple of last stretches for today. So we'll do a hamstring stretch. If you have a band or a towel, you can loop it around your foot. Otherwise, you can just use your hands on the back of your knee. Okay, relax your shoulders first of all. And also I'd like you to keep your pelvis in a neutral position, which means that here we don't want to tuck the pelvis under. We want to keep it relaxed and it's neutral. And then from here, just gently bring the leg closer to you. You should start feeling a stretch at the back of the thigh here. That's it. If you've got the band or a towel that you can put over your foot, it might be just a little bit more effective. Like this. That's it. Relax your shoulders. Take another deep breath in here, breath in. And relax the leg with the breath out. Let's do the other side using a towel or band or just your own hands is fine at the back of your thigh. Relax your pelvis and your shoulders and gently bring the leg closer to your body. And you should feel most of the stretches happening at the back of the thigh. Yes. Good. And take another breath in and relax with the breath out. All right, now I'd like you to go with your legs wider than your mat, or wider than hip width distance, quite wide in fact. And I'd like you to now drop your knees to the left side. So let them just gently drop down to the left side. You might feel a little bit of a stretch here in the front of the hip, maybe the thigh, a little bit of a twist through the spine. The point here is to keep the shoulder blades on the ground. And now slowly bring the knees up to the center and then let them drop out to the right side. Yes. And you might also find that each side, each one of your two sides is feeling different as you go through this stretch. Let's go up with those knees and again go to the left side. If it feels nice, you can even open your arms in a T position and then bring up those knees and then let them drop out to the right side. And then come on up. And then hug your knees to your chest. You can do little circles here. And circling the knees the other way. Good, good. And one last thing we'll do, stretch your arms, stretch your legs. I'd like you to walk your feet away from your center. Try and reach higher with your arms over your head. Keep the tension here in the body. Keep the tension, and then take a breath in, and with the breath out, relax everything and just drop down onto the mat. Good. Take a deep breath in. Bend up your knees with the breath out. Let's roll onto one side and go into a sitting position. And now it's come to an end of our class for today. I'm just going to come a little bit closer to you.
Thanks so much for that, Mika. That was brilliant. That was really
Guys, I think
relaxing, and your calming vibes, as always, was much appreciated. Such a nice way to start the day. It was brilliant. Thank you. And
I hope you all enjoyed it.
How do people follow you? What's the best way for people to sort of follow you or get in touch with you if they want to do any sort of sessions like this, like one-on-one, or any other group sessions that you're doing? What's the best way for them to get in touch?
So directly through me would be Pilates with Mika. If you go Instagram and just put in Pilates with Mika, my email is pilateswithmika at gmail.com. So inventive, I know.
That's great.
And of course, if you lose this information, Mike has my contact as well, so you can always hit him up. And I also work at Physio Clinic in Randwick, and it's called Physio Posture Fitness. So you can find me there also. That's Physio Posture Fitness in Randwick.
Brilliant. All right. Well, thanks so much again, Mika. That was such a great way to start the day, and I hope to see you again soon.
Thank you. Thanks for having me. Have a good day.
Hey. Thanks, Mike.
Thank you.
Thanks, Mike.